Sweet baby Jesus Burgess. Sabo done owned the motherfucker. Did you see that Armament Haki though? Definitely got to start off. The highlight of this chapter was definitely the tournament stuff. What's going down in the tournament. First of all, we got a little bit more of a glimpse into Sabo, and he is strong as hell. First of all, we got confirmation he knows Haki, at least one of the Hakis. Second of all, he's just beast and strategic. Third of all, we learned one of his techniques, Dragon Talons. Now, it's interesting that it's called Dragon Talons because it's kind of like, okay, is this some sort of technique that he learned from Dragon? I'd assume so. And also, is this a technique that he solely taught to him? Is this a technique that he dedicated to Monkey D. Dragon? Or is this a technique that everyone in the Revolutionary Army knows? It makes you question, like, alright, it's called Dragon Talons. What's up with that? I'm going to go on the assumption that this is a technique that he created himself and he named it after Dragon, the man that saved him. But the fact that he was able to shatter Jesus Burgess's armor on his elbow, I was just like, Sabo, how strong are you, bro? Like, I'm really curious as to what the extent of Sabo's power is right now, because we clearly can see that he can hold his own, and at the same time he has his own little fighting technique. But everyone else in the tournament as well ain't backing down. You got Rebecca going Braveheart out there, Bartholomew trolling. Like, why is he like trolling and like going crazy in there? It's like, dude, start owning like you did in the beginning of this arc. And just overall, the tournament section of this chapter was definitely where it was at. We got some progression. We learned a little bit more about some of the characters, especially Sabo, and it was just like, yeah, that was pretty freaking epic. The storm assimilation with Pika and stuff, that was some good knowledge we learned, but aside from that, that part was just like, oh, okay, I wish they would have started like attacking it or something, because at the end of the day, they need to do something and something quick, because if he can rummage around the castle and whatnot, then they're going to have one hell of a time. And this character, his ability kind of reminds me of a character from Yu Yu Hakusho. It was one of the Saint Beasts. I forget his name. He was the stone one, and he could like rummage throughout the castle or whatever. So, inspiration, whatever, maybe he got the idea from there. I'd imagine Luffy could probably hurt him, if anything, because Zoro, well, you know, Luffy punching him, it would be difficult, because if he punches him, all he has to do is run away. But if Zoro is strong enough to cut through the stone, then he could cut him. You know, he could cut Pika himself. So they definitely have to work as a team. Maybe like force him into a corner, Zoro chop him up, and we call it a day. You hear me? Zoro chopping him up, like if it's okay and easy to chop through stone. Then we get small progressions throughout the chapter, but for the most part, the exciting stuff was definitely stuff I was just talking about. After that, we get to see that pretty much all the toys are in the factory. We get that Cavendish was turned into a toy, which means like, holy fuck, is his alter ego gonna be able to come out as well, or is that gone now that he's been turned into a toy? And we get a little bit more knowledge into the transition into turning into a toy. It's a contract. Basically, Sugar makes them agree to some certain conditions. Well, they don't have to agree. They just have to abide by it once she touches them. So it gives you a little bit more knowledge into that. Not all that big of a revelation, because, I mean, we knew at this point that she was the one doing it. And I guess Treble is just fucking nasty as shit with all that slime everywhere. And someone had that dude a rag so he could blow his nose. And we also got some progression at the end that the gnomes are ready to take out Sugar and make their plan go through. So we got progression there, but as a whole, like, I wasn't a big fan of some of the exposition. It was just like, okay, cool, we're getting advancement, but it wasn't like anything exciting or anything. And I guess that's just my own personal enjoyment opposed to just a small advancement. It was like, tournament shit, epic as hell. Okay, some interesting stuff with Pika. They're going to have to strategize. And then it was like, okay, Cavendish turned into a toy. And you see some of the toys down there kind of like, they're in hell pretty much. Never thought I'd see the day where being turned into a toy means hell, but hey. So all in all, good chapter. Definitely like the shit with Sabo going in. It was just really hype. And we got progression all around, so it was good stuff. Bit slow here in certain areas. It's kind of like, okay, just get the plan in motion. Let's just go in. I'm going to give this one 7.5 out of 10. Good chapter. Felt a bit slow paced in certain areas, but definitely the tournament stuff is just like, yo, this is probably my favorite block out of all of the tournament. And of course it should be. It's the finals. And Oda made sure to show you this is the finals. Sabo is going in and holy fuck. I wonder if he'll be disqualified for changing fighters in between the matches. That'll be some fucked up shit. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, Dragon Talons. Do you think that that has anything to do with Monkey D. Dragon? Did he teach him that? Did he just name this technique after him? Or is that something that everyone in the Revolutionary Army knows? Also, what do you think is the best plan of attack on Pika? I think personally, if Luffy and Zoro team up together, Luffy keeps on punching the walls until they could corner him. Zoro chops up the stone. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. What do you think about the child abuse that's about to go down with the gnomes feeding Sugar that pill that'll probably kill her? By the way, no One Piece next week, which seems to be the case with Oda. I know dude works very hard and he's been getting sick a lot lately, but these have been quite frequent lately. To quote Manga Stream, for the love of Jesus, Burgess, Oda, another break. I want to see Sabo own some more. That's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Sabo, because right now bro is going in, and I'm like, what is the extent of his power? Is he equal to, lower, or above Luffy right now? We can only wait and watch and hope for this tournament to be even more epic in the finale. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.